Hello, I'm Jennifer Sampson, and this is my speech on what it costs to raise a child. Becoming a parent will be the greatest decision you ever make. There are so many fears and responsibility, one of them being financially capable of raising a family. We all have heard and know the huge financial responsibility it takes to have a child, but have you ever really thought about the true costs? Today I'll be discussing the cost of raising a child, and we'll get into detail about the expenses throughout a child's life. I'm a mother of 4 children, and I've been accustomed to sacrificing the needs and wants for myself to provide for them. My children's ages ranges from 3 years old to 17. At every stage of their lives, their needs change too. When they were babies, a huge cost contributed to diapers, formulas, and other expenses. As they get older, the things they want seem to get more expensive. From name brand clothing to electronic devices, the price of each child mounts. Then there is the cost of food. With a growing family, this takes up quite a bit of the family's budget next to housing. Even with dining out, with the family, we usually expect to pay at least $100 for a family of 6. When I got married, I never considered the cost of having a baby. I always have loved children and just knew that the blessing of raising a child was well worth the financial responsibilities. Now I'll begin to talk more in detail and break down the cost of raising a child from birth to 18 years of age. According to USDA reports, parents project to spend about $245,000 per child. This projected amount is for a child born in 2013. This is about $14,500 a year. Data shows that lowest costs are in urban, south, and rural regions, and the highest are in urban northeast regions. Costs include housing, childcare, education, and other expenses for up to 18 years of age. Keep in mind these reports are from birth to 18 years. Other expenses like during your pregnancy and college education are not included to that budget. I could never imagine not financially helping my children once they turn 18. I wouldn't want them to have financial stress as a full-time college student. So I would like to try to support them the best that I can throughout college as well. The first expense I would like to talk about is food expenses. Food is one of the top 3 expenses in raising children, said CNPP Executive Director Angela Tagtow. With raising prices in food, we spend about 13% more from 2008. This includes groceries, school lunches, and dining out. Our family's food expenses include school lunches that cost us around $200 a month. This is for only 3 of my children, with lunch costing around $3 a day. And then there is housing, which is the highest expense at around 30%. Housing can include rent, mortgage. There's also property taxes, utilities, maintenance on a home. These are just a few that is a part of housing expenses. Next, let's talk about childcare. In 2012, center-based care for one infant was greater than the median rent payments in nearly half of the states. According to Childcare Aware of America's recent report, with multiple children, many daycare offers discounted rates, but this is still a huge part of the financial cost in raising children. I've been fortunate enough to have a flexible part-time job, and it has kept my children out of daycare. But I know many that both parents are full-time, where childcare is a necessity. Next is transportation. This expense takes up 14%. This includes car payments, insurance, gas, and vehicle maintenance. And this price can vary, especially with rising gas prices. Gas prices have nearly doubled since 2014, according to AAA. With our large family, we've had to purchase a larger SUV, and with a vehicle like that, gas is quite expensive since the car is not really fuel efficient. Next is healthcare. Healthcare is another expense according to a new survey on NBCnews.com. The average family's health insurance can cost about $16,000 and they usually pay more than a quarter of that. Even with the country's median income at 8% below where it was before the recession, child care and healthcare continues to grow faster than inflation. With the more children a family has, the cost can decrease per child. Families with 3 or more children spend about 22% less per child than families with 1 or 2. It could probably be due to children being close in age, sharing rooms, and passing down items such as clothing and toys. I believe through planning and budgeting, families can balance their finances accordingly. Also learning when to say no to your child when needed. Anytime my children ask me for something, I always ask them if it's a need or a want. Knowing the difference can be a huge change in perspective. Thank you.